Welcome back to another episode here of Vlogmas 2020, where we're talking about bidding basics for contractors. So welcome back. If this is your first time, my name is Felicia over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help you guys bid and win government contracts. More specifically, most of the people in my community, I help you get your first bid done fast. All right, so today we're going to be talking about ways you can expand your resources. Very important topic, because as you're starting out, we usually have limited resources. I get it. I know that's the reality. But there's ways to overcome that. There's always a way. All right. Sometimes we got to think outside the box, jump outside the circle, however you want to look at it. But it's available for you if you know where to look. So today I want to put you in touch with ways you can expand your resources. All right. So of course, one way we know is credit, loans, things like that. We can go, expand our resources that way, but I don't want to talk about that. I do want to say that I've talked about it in other videos. You can get the bank loans, personal loans, factoring, credit cards, things like that. So yes, that's definitely a way to expand your resources. But I want to share with you today my favorite way of expanding resources. My favorite way. There's 3 different ways, but they all encompasses one thing, and that's relationships. Relationships, yeah. So here's the thing I want to share with you guys about relationships. There's 3 levels to relationships, and I like to look at it as 3 levels of commitment, okay? 3 levels of relationships, 3 levels of commitment. So at the bottom level is teaming arrangements, okay? And I look at teaming arrangements as it is related to dating, if you will. So we're going to kind of jump between business and personal so that I can give you guys great examples of what I'm really talking about and how this works. So personal relationships is more like teaming arrangements. Okay, it's kind of like in a personal relationship, you meet somebody, you're going to go on a date. Same thing with a teaming relationship. You meet somebody, you kind of get we kind of feeling each other, right? We're going in the same direction. We want to win this contract. Neither one of us have the resources alone, but if we team together, we can make it happen. So teaming relationships are like dating. You're committed to maybe one opportunity, do it together, bid it, whatever, see how it works. So I do like teaming arrangements as a great start to 1, building relationships, and 2, expanding your resources. Okay. The next level is partnering on opportunities. Now, when I look at partnering, I think about we've moved past the dating phase. We kind of hung out a little bit. I'm starting to get the little warm and fuzzy, but I need to test it. I need to test it first, make sure, my gut is telling me what it's telling me. So we're going to partner on maybe a couple opportunities, see how things work. And when I say partner, I mean in the sense of we may have some opportunities that we see and say, okay, we're going to go after these. Okay, a few opportunities together and see how things work out. We're going to actually do a few projects together, work them together, and see how the relationship develops. We're committed to doing these opportunities, and from there, we're going to assess the situation and see if we want to move on to the next level. Okay, so remember, teaming arrangements like dating, partnering on contracts is more like you're committed in the relationship, right? Dating, committed. Teaming arrangements, partnering. Okay? So I want you to comment below. Before I tell you the last one, comment below and let me know, are you building relationships right now? Like, do you have any teaming relationships? Do you have any partner relationships? And then the last one I'm going to share, more than likely you probably don't yet. But that's cool. But let me know in the comments. Are you currently developing relationships, have relationships that you're cultivating? Let me know. Yes or no or yes. And if you want to share what type of relationships, that's cool too. Let us know in the comments. So before I share this last one, let me tell you something about these relationships and how you're going to build these relationships. It's no different than personal relationships. Really, business relationships, for the most part, are no different in concept than personal relationships. So here's the deal. I know a lot of us, we like to work from home. It's comfortable for us. We want to stay in our own little bubble. We don't like to go out and meet people. Oh, we're introverts. I know, I was there too. You'll get over it. But with that mentality, if you don't go out, you won't build relationships. It's kind of like you say, you know what? I want to start dating again, or I want to find my next husband or wife or whatever. I want to find a relationship, right? And you're saying this is what you want. You're telling your friends, your family, you know, all of that great stuff. You're putting it out there. That's cool. But here's the reality. You got to get out and meet people and make it happen, because nobody's going to come knock, knock, knock on your door, right? And find you. They're not going to come knock, knock, knock on your door and find you and say, hey, I heard that you were looking for a teaming partner, or hey, I heard you were looking for a partner on this project. Nobody's coming to knock on your door. And if you want to get technical with me, because I know how y'all are, nobody's going to pop up ding in your inbox all of a sudden and say, hey, let's do this project together. Okay? If they do, you should question it. First of all, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But the thing here is, I want you to understand that nobody's going to seek you out. Now, if you do some business development activities, if you do some marketing activities, then it's possible it may happen. Okay? But just telling your friends and family you want to date, think of it like that. If you just tell your friends and your friends and family, you know, hey, I want to start dating, it's not like somebody's going to show up at the door, right? You're going to have to do some work to attract people, get out there so that they can see you. And so you have to do the same thing with your relationship. So be mindful of that. Nobody's coming to just knock on the door and sweep you off your feet, whether personally or in business. Okay. So we talked about teaming arrangements as far as dating. We talked about partnering as it relates to being in a committed relationship. So what's the next level? Let's think about this. In a personal relationship, you meet somebody, you like them, so you start dating, right? Usually you go out on a couple dates, maybe 3, to see if, you know, where this is going and if you kind of like them, that kind of thing. Now, what would get you to the first 3 dates? Number one is what? Probably attraction. That's the first thing. So even in a relationship, we have to look at it like you have to have something for them to be attracted to. You got to bring something to the table, and they need to be able to see what it is that you're bringing to the table. Does that make sense? So, of course, you know, that could be the type of work you do. That could be resources that you have. It could be other relationships that you have. So it's just, you know, or certifications, different things. But what do you bring to the table that will attract someone to you, that and to the point they want to date you, be in a teaming relationship with you, or they want to partner with you on multiple projects? You got to have something that you're bringing to the table that's going to attract them. Okay. Now, the third phase of this is, I like to say, joint ventures or mentor-protege programs, and they can go together. But that is the level 3. That is the Holy Grail of commitment. That is where now we're married. I like to correlate that with being married, because now when we're joint venturing on opportunities, a whole different ball games. We're creating entities together. We're in a mentor-protege together. So we're kind of locked in for a certain period of time. Most of the time you may do it in 1-year increments or something like that. But let me tell you, a year is a lot of time, especially depending on how you structure the deal of that joint venture and that mentor-protege program. So definitely when you get to the mentor-protege program or the joint venturing with someone, it's like marriage. Look at it like you're marrying them for the next year or whatever the period of time. Sometimes people do 3 years at a time, and that's cool too. But make sure before you commit that you're able to commit and you're going to stay committed to a relationship. Because if both parties are committed to the relationship, you stay committed to the relationship, it can work and be very, very successful and rewarding for both parties. And that's where I like to talk about creating relationships that are mutually beneficial and outrageously profitable. It happens as you move through this process, and you're transparent, both companies, about what you're bringing to the table. I don't care whether you're doing teaming arrangements, I don't care whether you're doing partnering opportunities or joint ventures and mentor protege. You got to have the warm and fuzzy. You have to have transparency. You have to have a common goal as far as what you guys are doing together, so that it can be mutually beneficial and outrageously profitable. And you heard me say mutually beneficial. I think both parties need to benefit from the opportunity, okay? And it doesn't mean that it's a 50-50 split of the money, because that may not be what one of the companies need. Again, it's just a matter of how you structure the deal. Inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, one of the bonuses some of the students get is create your best deal. And in there, I talk about negotiating, creating these deals and things like that, because it's very, very important, and it can definitely take your business to the next level faster than you realize. You're talking about growth and scaling really quickly. It can happen, but you got to have your boots on and a seatbelt and be ready for the ride, because it can ride real quick. All right, so let's recap the levels. Level 1 of expanding resources is via teaming arrangements. Level 2 is partner relationships. Level 3, you have your joint ventures and mentor protege programs. Start where you're at and start building relationships before you need them. I call it business development. Business development. Another bonus students get inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp is my marketing training that I teach them on how to do business development, how to perform marketing activities to get the results that they want. But it's very, very important that you're expanding your resources. And this is part of my 5-part government contracting framework, because it touches on a multitude of things. It touches on positioning, it touches on perform, and it also touches on partner as well as profit. So it really hits 4 different parts of my 5-part government contracting framework. And if you want the whole thing and you want the training and you want my help, you do know I have the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. You can definitely join me there over at firstbeitdonefast.com. firstbeitdonefast.com. I'll put the link down below. I also have a training where I teach you guys just the steps of what you need to take to become a government contractor. That link is down below too. It's called the sequencing formula. You can check that out as well. The ultimate goal is to get you guys, 1, to be positioned to bid and win contracts, cash flow your business, and then grow and scale your business and take it to the next level. Trust me, you're going to need resources to do that, and you're going to have to expand on whatever current resources that you have. And this training here today will help you in doing that, help you in identifying, 1, where you're at and the type of relationships you should be looking for and creating based on the relationship with the individual company and things like that. All right, so don't forget, subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Go ahead and like this video. I appreciate the love. And don't forget to comment below if you're working on relationships. Let us know what you're doing as it relates to, expanding your resources, growing your business. I would love to see it. I read all of the comments myself. I even comment back. Yes, it's me. I'm doing it myself. All right. And don't forget, we're in our session of Vlogmas 2020. So there's a new video coming out tomorrow. So make sure you stick around for that. And just remember, you're just 1 contract away. All right. So I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.